The latest US immigration policies have sparked panic in the African immigrant community. Rumors are spreading fast. Some even claim that US permanent residents and naturalized citizens abroad won't be allowed back into the country. But how much of this is true? And more importantly, what should you do to stay protected? In this video, I'll be sharing 10 smart moves to help you stay informed, protected, and financially stable as policies evolve, so that you can navigate these challenging times and changes with confidence. Welcome to Cash Talk for Immigrants, where we share our journey navigating the US financial system so you can learn, avoid costly mistakes, and build generational wealth. My name is Wachuku, Vidal Wachuku, and as you can see, today I'm also flying solo. My wife is on Omugwo duties. Those who know. Now, as I earlier stated, my goal is to discuss 10 practical tips for our African immigrants who are navigating the recent policy changes in the United States of America. But first, let me make a quick disclaimer, and that is that we do not support or encourage illegal immigration in any shape, form, or fashion. We believe in following the law while also recognizing that many immigrants face challenges that are simply beyond their control. So these tips are particularly meant for legal immigrants who may feel uncertain about their status or future. So tip number 1 is stay informed. Why do you need to stay informed? As they say, when you know, you know. And lack of information is he who is not informed is deformed. You see, immigration policies change often, and what worked yesterday may simply not work today. That is the fact of life. So permanent residents particularly should take special note, as there have been these rumors or claims or allegations that people are being required to abandon their status at ports of entry into the country by being given one form to sign. But how true is this? That is where you come in. You have to find out before you engage in any travel outside the country in particular, or even traveling back into the country if you are already abroad. Now, also for dual citizens, you need to find out, if you're an African immigrant here, find out, does your country of origin allow dual citizenship? If not, this may be the time to make the appropriate adjustment, whatever you need to do to retain your US citizenship, if that is what you value the most. In the past, I know that countries like Cameroon, Congo, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Eritrea, Liberia, Equatorial Guinea, and probably a few others did not allow for dual citizenship. I don't know the current status, whether it has changed or not, but these countries in the past did not allow that. So you have to find out whether your country allows for dual citizenship. Now, you need to follow reputable sources also, like the American Immigration Council. Set up Google Alerts and stay updated with local immigrant organizations in your community and area. The American Immigration Council is a not-for-profit council that promotes the development of fair and rational immigration policies that reflect fundamental American values. So you need to stay updated with them if you're an immigrant who has particularly permanent residence in the country, if you're legal in the country. Second is that you need to know your rights. Remember what I said initially? He who is not informed is deformed. If you do not know your rights, how are you going to defend them? So knowing your legal rights can protect you during law encounters with law enforcement or immigration officials. You need to access resources that are available. I know that the ACLU and other places have this information. Attend workshops or webinars on immigrant rights. Don't just stay in your little cuckoo. 3, be mindful of public spaces. Why? Schools, churches, and hospitals are generally considered sensitive locations where immigration enforcement is limited. However, policies can change. And so knowing your rights in any public space ensures you can respond calmly and appropriately if approached by immigration or law enforcement officials. So again, stay informed about policies protecting immigrants in these locations and in fact anywhere else. Can you remain silent and not answer questions about your immigration status? If an officer asks for an ID or tries to detain you, what are you legally required to do? So the bottom line is, if approached by authorities, remain calm. Ask if you are free to leave after you've spoken with them and seek legal advice if needed. Worst case scenario, you plead the fifth. You plead the fifth, okay? Number 4, build a strong support network. Why do you need to do so? Because having a community provides emotional and legal support during uncertain times. You see, where I come from, we say that he who has people is the wealthy person. Because when you have local support, when you have support, it strengthens you and it gives you the ability to do things you can't do just by yourself. So, if you're an immigrant here, join local immigrant groups. Connect with organizations like African diaspora communities. Attend networking events. Most African countries have one group meeting or the other, or even people, ethnic nationalities from different parts of Africa. So join those groups. Don't stay isolated. Don't stay all by yourself. Build that strong support network. You certainly will need it. Even if it's not for this purpose, you need to stay connected to your community. Number 5, keep your documents organized. This is very important for this purpose and in fact for many other purposes. Because when you have your paperwork in order, it can make a big difference in an emergency. And that's what you want. You want to have your paperwork where you can get them as soon as you need them for any purpose without having to, go here and there all over the place to search for them. So keep it organized. Securely store your immigration documents, work permits, and legal correspondence. Make copies, and if possible, keep digital backups in a safe place. Do not just rely on paper alone. Make copies of all of those. Keep digital backups. We are in this age where you don't have to keep everything in paper. That way you will have them wherever you are. Okay? Organize it in such a way that you will be able to have access to those digital copies if and when necessary. Number 6, point number 6 here is Seek professional legal advice. I was a lawyer for 27 years before I came to this country. And I know what it means for you to have a professional advice than street advice, what I call street advice. Seek professional legal advice. Don't be penny wise, pound foolish. Why do you need to do this? Because immigration rules can be very complex. They are not very easy. And making the wrong move could be very costly for you. That is why you need those who are lettered in that aspect to be able to guide you. So, what do you need to do? Consult a licensed immigration attorney rather than relying on just social media advice or even just what I'm telling you here, because I don't practice law here in the United States. Okay? So, seek legal professional advice, immigration attorneys. There are organizations like the American Immigration Lawyers Association, AILA. They can help you find trusted legal support. And the fact is also that some of these organizations even give pro bono services. They give free advice, free consultation. But you've got to do your own due diligence. You have to do it yourself. Seek them out and be sure you're on sound legal footing. Number 7, this is huge. Stay financially prepared. You see, your immigration status directly affects your ability to work, access financial services, and build long-term security. Now, changes in policies, as probably what's going on right now, could impact your job stability, limit access to traditional banking, or even affect your ability to qualify for loans, mortgages, or credit cards. That means that being financially prepared ensures you can handle unexpected challenges without jeopardizing your future. This channel has been addressing this issue of you being financially prepared. Now, we also want you, as this point goes, is to secure your employment and legal work status. Secure it. Keep your work permit or visa if you need that, if you have that, or even your green card up to date to avoid interruptions in employment. If you're self-employed, explore business structures that provide financial protection. The other thing you need to do in this regard is to build your credit early. We have been singing this song in this channel because having a strong credit history can help you access loans, housing, and even some job opportunities. And if you don't have any credit up till now, consider using secured credit cards or credit builder loans to establish your credit. We have a lot of videos on this. Watch some of these videos on this, and the link to the playlist will pop up above to guide you accordingly. The next thing you also need to do in this regard is to choose safe savings options. Now, instead of keeping just cash, it's always good to have some cash for emergency or relying solely on traditional savings accounts. Explore financial products that provide security even during uncertain times. Products like the high-yield savings accounts, money market accounts, or very important, indexed cash value life policies. These will help you. And by taking these steps, you can maintain financial stability, protect your assets, and be prepared for any policy changes that may impact your livelihood. If up to this point in time, you're enjoying this video and you are not yet subscribed, this is the time to do so. Like this video, subscribe, do your comments, put your comments there. Show us some love. if you find value in what we've been bringing to you. Now, point number 8, have an emergency plan. Oh, yes. Why? No one plans for detention or deportation. That is the truth. But folks, life can happen. So being prepared can reduce your stress level and reduce any panic in you. In an emergency, such as detention, if for any reason anyone is detained, or deportation, or even a medical crisis, you may be unable to access your bank accounts or financial resources by yourself because you are limited in movement, in mobility at that point in time. So you need to have a trusted person with legal access to prevent financial disruptions, ensure your bills are paid, and also protect your assets while you sort yourself out. This is important. Many of us, we tend to just keep things to ourselves. And when situations like that happen, that you do not have that ability to access that information, you are in big trouble. Have somebody you trust. Create a plan with your family or that person you trust. Know whom to call for legal help. Remember that? And ensure a trusted person can access your financial accounts if needed. My wife and I, we have done that so that if anything were to happen to us for any reason, we have somebody who can immediately access our financial accounts and do the needful. So how do you do this and do it in a safe way? One way is to give a power of attorney, POA. Legally grant financial decision-making authority to that trusted person. A POA allows them to handle your finances if you're unavailable. And in fact, to even take medical decisions on your behalf if for any reason you are not able to do so. So these are things that you need to put into place. You have struggled to be here. Do the needful that will keep you legally here and keep you safe and secure. Another thing is to have a joint account if appropriate. Adding a trusted person. Remember what I'm saying. I've been using the word trusted. Adding a trusted person as a co-signer on a secondary emergency account can ensure access to funds without granting full control over all your finances. And this is, again, something that we have done. We have somebody who can easily access all our accounts if the need be. But again, this person is someone we can trust with our lives. So it has to be a trusted person. Another thing you can do is beneficiary designations. Ensure your bank accounts and financial assets have designated beneficiaries who can access the funds if and when needed. So emergency plan, have your emergency plan, write down essential account details, store them securely. If possible, put them in digital content where you alone or that trusted person can have access. And that is why you share access instructions with that trusted person, not with anybody else. So that way, your back is covered, right? Now, point number 9, be cautious about online activity. Be cautious. A lot of us just put our lives out there. Everything about us is out there. What you post online, can sometimes attract unwanted attention. You might actually be exposing yourself. A lot of people are falling into trouble due to the posts they made online. So keep personal information private. Avoid discussing legal matters. on such public media fora like social media, and use discretion when sharing details about your immigration status. You need to be careful. A word they say is enough for the wise. And that brings me to point number 10. Now, this is almost like a recap of some of the points given. You want to be involved, stay visible and engaged in your community. In your community. Do not stay in isolation. Community involvement helps create awareness and support for immigration policies. It gives you access to what is going on, what you can do in your own local area to get you involved. Don't be an immigrant who lives in a community and you know nothing about the community that you are living in, and you are not involved in anything about the community. Instances have arisen where community people have come up to different people because they have been so engaged and involved, and you see the community rising to assist people. So don't be a loner. Don't be a loner. Be involved. Join advocacy groups. Attend town hall meetings. Use local social media to connect with others, navigating similar challenges. There are many people that might be having the challenges you have. And when you speak with other people, you tend to have solutions. So you don't just stay by yourself and think you know it all. You could be in trouble. So folks, in these very uncertain times, resilience is key. Resilience. Staying informed, understanding your rights, and having a financial plan can help you navigate these changes that are taking place with confidence. And before I conclude, I want to also let you know that being involved and doing some of these things also entails you keep track of your movements. In other words, let somebody know where you are going, where you are. That trusted person know where you are at all points in times. You might say, it's my life. Why do I need anybody to know where I'm going to? Folks, at my age, my wife knows where I am almost at every point in time. My children too. I let them know. They do the same. So that way, we know where anybody is. In case anything happens, at least we can know where to start from. But when you just take off and go solo, nobody knows where you are. You could disappear. You don't have confidence. You don't have people you tell anything. You could just disappear into a detention camp somewhere. Nobody will know. So please do that. And finally, I want you to remember, financial stability is just as important as legal security. Financial stability. Remember, building credit, protecting your income, and making smart money moves will set you up for long-term success, no matter the changes in the policy. So, my community and my friends, tell us in the comment section below which of these tips you found most helpful. Are there others you wish to add? Let us know. Let us engage. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on navigating life as an immigrant in the United States.